Hello, Mike Bradley. Hope you are doing well as always. Now, pedals. Pedals. I get asked a lot about pedal suggestions. Mike, what pedal should I get? What's the first pedal I should get? Mike, what pedal should I use for this gig? Mike, what pedal should I use for this sound? Mike, what pedals? So I thought, let's do a cheeky little top 5. Now, this could be, the way I'm going to look at this is this was actually kind of the order how I got my pedals. But I don't want to say this is the top 5 pedals for beginners, but I'm going to say more that this is a top 5 pedals to be able to do a gig, to be able to do a jam session, to do an open mic. You might not need all 5, but I think these are really good 5 great pedals to help you get some great tones and help your playing, help enhance your playing, and sets you on the quest of the tone chasing journey. Now, before we go any further, a word from our sponsors. Our sponsors today is Mike Bradley. It's me, and I've got a course out, if you don't know already. It's the Ultimate Pentatonic course, which is really focusing on the minor pentatonic and taking you from lesson 1 of learning all the 5 shapes to the 12th video, where it's, by then you're going to be able to play the guitar and visualize the neck completely up and down the guitar neck, the matrix system, as I like to call it. It's a really cool course, if I do say so myself. There'll be a link below, check it out, and it helps support the channel, and also more importantly, it will help support you in your guitar playing journey. Pedal number 1, a wah-wah pedal. Now, this may come as a surprise to people, maybe not, I don't know, but I think this is one of the best guitar pedals, and also other instruments use wah, that you can get. I got mine, if I remember rightly, for my 17th birthday, and I just had a very big birthday, and so there's an anniversary of that since I got my first wah. This isn't the main wah I use anymore. I've got an Xotic wah, which I really love. It's unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but it's at the pedal doctor at the moment. It needs a bit of TLC to it. But this is the good old Gin Dunlop wah, and I think it's amazing. If you're doing like a function gig, or a pub gig, or bar gig, or festival gig, I find that a wah-wah is really helpful in just cutting through in a song. It doesn't always have to be about crazy lead guitar. It can be a cool little, almost like filter kind of sound. Of course, in funk, waka waka waka, you got all that kind of stuff happening. But it's such a great tool to use, for different tracks in songs when you're playing the guitar. Well, obviously playing the guitar, but different guitar parts in a song. And if you haven't got a keyboard player, you can use the old wah-wah in that. So I really recommend pedal 1. Not that this is in order, but certainly in the top 5, get yourself a wah. Like I say, this one, how much are these now? When I got it, it was about £80. It might be about £100 now. The Xotic wah I got is a little bit expensive, but that to me is one of the best wahs you can get. But I'll put a few links below, check them out. But yeah, the good old Dunlop wah is certainly a great one to get for your first one. Pedal number 2, I'm going to suggest an overdrive pedal. Now, this could be many different overdrive pedals. The one I would like to really suggest, which is also annoyingly at the pedal doctor at the moment, is the Boss SD1. That was the first overdrive pedal I got, also when I was 17. At the time, it was £39. They're a little bit more than that now, aren't they? But this one I just picked up because I use it so much. It's the Seymour Duncan 805. I really like this. I recently did a Tube Screamer shootout. I'll put a link up there, and I still really love this pedal. But a good overdrive pedal is a really good thing to have, because not only can it add more gain, but it can give you a nice boost as well. So depending how you're running your amp, if you've got a clean amp, obviously you're going to put a nice bit of breakup onto the amp, or if you already got a little bit of dirt on the amplifier, and then you can kick this in, or an overdrive pedal like this, if not this one, to then add more gain, add more volume, make you look cool, the big kind of, you know, on the edge of Wembley Stadium guitar solo kind of thing going on there. So a good overdrive is what I recommend. Like I say, Boss SD1 was the first one I got. This has been my mainstay for 10, 11 years, something like that. I've also got, actually, if you've been watching my recent videos, I'm a big fan of the Nobles. It's a great overdrive. I really love it. It's very natural sound, almost like an amp overdrive, which I really like. So that's cool as well. There's a load of overdrive pedals, but bottom line, get an overdrive pedal. Number 3, I recommend a delay pedal. Now this is the Boss DD3. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of delay pedals out there. The Timeline, I don't have a Timeline, but who does the Strymon Timeline is, you know, what a lot of people like. That's quite expensive. But Boss pedals are, I mean, I've had, when did I get this? I would have been, oh goodness, maybe 18 when I got this. It's hard to remember now. Yeah, maybe 18. Yeah, and maybe I think I got the Boss, yeah, Boss SD1, I was 17, maybe 16 when I got that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I've had this one for a long, long time, my Boss DD3. And I use it on gigs, I've used it on many sessions, I've used it in many YouTube videos, you know, any kind of playing you've heard me do, if there's a delay, chances are it's this one. Again, great sound. I'm not a massive delay user, but again, having a slight little bit of delay in your lead playing is quite nice, can help fatten it up. Not always have to be the ba 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 ba, you know, you can have a cool slap back sound with a delay, and it helps really fatten the sound up to the extreme of, like, if you think of early Elvis 50s recordings, that's got a lot of slapback going on there. But a delay pedal is a really, really useful pedal to have in a gigging environment, in a recording environment, jamming. You know, you can put the dotted eighth sound and get the edge, you know, your U2 kind of sounds going on. So a delay pedal definitely deserves to be in the top 5. So number 3, a delay pedal. Number 4, I'm going to recommend a reverb pedal. Now, chances are your amplifier will already have reverb. Some amps don't. A lot of the kind of Marshall Plexi type amplifiers don't have reverb. That's still, I mean, this one in particular is probably my favorite reverb pedal. The TC Electronics Hall of Fame. Having reverb on top of reverb on a clean sound. So if your amp already has reverb and then you add in some reverb from any given pedal, in this instance I'm talking about the Hall of Fame, but it could be anything. It could be the New Neighbour, it's a great reverb pedal. I used that, where is it? I've got one of those. This one here, that's the New Neighbour reverb, that's great. I've used that a lot as well. But whatever reverb you use, if you've got reverb from your amp, cool, then you can add more reverb as an effect. And if you want that kind of nice ambient church sound with a clean sound going on and playing some really lovely chords, like on this one, it's got the modulation setting at the top there, and oh my goodness, it sounds beautiful. It's really, really nice, and it makes you think, why do I worry about overdrive and distortion? You know, I just do this all the time. So a really nice reverb pedal is lovely. A lot of times I set it on plate if I'm using if I haven't got reverb from my amp. Like I've got a Fender Supersonic and great amp, but the reverb on that has died so many times. I'm like, okay, the amp doesn't have reverb anymore, you know. So I always have a reverb pedal on. So they're really good to have if you go to a jam session. And a lot of times, you know, when I think back in my late teens, early 20s, I didn't use reverb. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I have to have reverb now. I love it. Of course, it depends on a part you're doing. If you're doing a cool funky part, you don't want a load of reverb going on. So it all depends what you're playing. But I, like a lot of guitar players, like a bit of reverb. So having a really good reverb pedal is, I'm going to say, essential. So that was what number's that? 4, 3, number 4. Yeah, my maths has gone out my head in this heat. Get a reverb pedal. And number 5 in my top 5 pedals to start with, or top 5 pedals to do a gig with, is a chorus pedal. And this here is the Boss chorus pedal, the CE5. I've had this a long time as well. Boss pedals last, man. I would have got this in my very early 20s. I would have got this. And again, really, really great for adding texture to your sound when you're playing a given song. It's lovely for a clean sound, and you can really help poke things out. You can go extreme and have that kind of 80s clean sound, which is fantastic, which is great. There's a girl I teach on Skype, and every lesson she has a chorus pedal on. It's just always on for her, and I love that. That's her thing, you know. So a great chorus pedal. And then of course, if you have overdrive with it, it sounds cool. Someone like Zakk Wylde, he has load of chorus. I think he just leaves it on all the time, a chorus sound. So, but it's a really cool song enhancer. And what I mean by that, when you're playing music, not just noodling and, you know, going up and down scales, but actually playing music, it's a lovely textural sound, I find, with the chorus pedal. So yeah, again, plenty. I've got no affiliation to any people whatsoever. There's plenty of companies that do chorus pedals. Have fun researching, check out the forums. You know, everyone's got an opinion. But I've had this for years and years and years. I love it. I do want to get the Boss Wah. Oh goodness, what's it? Is it the CE1? I do want to get one of those. I played one of those about a year ago, and I was like, oh my goodness, this sounds fantastic. But at the moment, I've got the CE5, and I love it. I've had it for knocking on, 15, 20 years. So, and it's done me proud for those years. So, a good chorus pedal for pedal number 5. But wait, there's more. I had to do a bonus pedal. Got to do a bonus pedal. For my bonus pedal, I'm recommending a looper. And this is for at-home practice. Having a looper pedal is so handy. Now, this is the TC Electronics Ditto. My first looper pedal I got, which I absolutely love, is in my house in a bag. So I can't get to it at the moment because I did a gig with it the other day. That was why. It's the Boss RC30. It's an old one. I got it, oh my goodness, probably 12 years ago or something like that now. But I love looper pedals. They're really great for practicing. They're great if you're doing a solo gig, which is what I was doing. That's why I've got it in the bag at home. It's great for also, it's just so handy, and it will help your timing, because if you hit that pedal at the wrong time, the loop's the loop doesn't lie. You know what I mean? So it's going to show that you're out of time. It can help you practice your timing and all that kind of stuff. And also you can jam along. You can make cool beats, beats regarding scratching on the guitar, playing some chords, lay down a little backing, and then you've got actual music to play over, so you're not just mindlessly noodling. So obviously loop pedals can be used on gigs. Ed Sheeran popularised that, and well, Katie Tunstall I think popularised it first, but Ed Sheeran's done all right using a loop pedal. And you can too! Doesn't he have a loop pedal now? He's basically, if I remember rightly, he's taken the Boss RC30 and add his own thing to it, I think. But yeah, a loop pedal for the bonus one. I could add another bonus. I could add about 5 more bonuses, but no. The one bonus for this video anyway is a loop pedal. So there you have it. My top 5 guitar pedals you should get. And this is, again, for all ranges of ability, so top 5 guys who are just starting out getting pedals. And also I would say top 5 for doing a gig. Like I say, gig, open mic, jam night. Those are some really good, starting points in getting your pedals and starting off on your, like I said, tone journey. Let me know your thoughts. Have you got your own suggestions in your top 5 pedals? Would you like me to do another one, a top 10 or another top 5? Let me know in the comment section below. Really appreciate it. Anyway, I've been Mike Bradley in a very hot room My studio is baking. It's one of the hottest days of the years, so apologies if you're seeing me melt before your very eyes. But I hope you're very good and well as always. Thanks for your support. I'll see you in the next video. Mike Bradley signing out. Bye.